Good afternoon. I'm Rachel King coming to you from Sunshine Network Ministries. And actually today I'm coming from my home here in the Orlando area. I hope you had a fantastic Easter service in your local church. And more than anything, I hope that there were new believers and people that accepted Christ as their personal Savior yesterday. The reason I'm coming to you today is because I have a couple of resources that I would like to share with you. And the reason that I'm at my home is because of something that happened last week. We had a slight storm that came through, and as you can see, we're surrounded by a lot of huge oak trees. And when the storm came last week, this big tree took a topple across our driveway. It had big green leaves at the time. It was a thick, large trunk. But when you get down to the foundation, you can see that it's rotten. Termites had gotten into it and it left a gaping hole. And it toppled when the slightest storm came this way. So I was thinking, we don't want all of those new converts and those that accepted Christ yesterday to come toppling down a few years from now because they didn't have a good foundation. We know how hard it is to keep in contact with them and keep them coming to church, but it's vital that you have a resource to give them when they come here. And I have a couple of resources today that I'd like to share with you for discipling new believers. The first one is called Starting Point. It is an 8-week course from Andy Stanley. You can get this on Amazon for about $10. It is just an 8-week course, and it's a great conversational questions that it asks the believers once they read and understand about the topics for each week. And then it asks poignant questions about their faith and where they're going in the future. Chapter 1 is about start. Now that you've asked Christ into your life, where do you begin from here? The problem with all of us was sin, trusting God, rules, because so many people think that serving God is just following rules. And then there's, of course, Jesus, His grace, His faith, and an invitation to serve Him and get involved in the local church. This is a great resource, and it's not a long, drawn-out Bible study, but I think it would be something great for 2 months, maybe get some people into a group of believers together for a class for just 2 months, and a great starting point where they can get connected and grounded in the Word. That's just a slight foundational development. But this other one is, the second resource is the Disciple Study Bible. This is a Bible, it's about $25. It is the Christian Standard Bible, and this is just a regular Bible which has the study part in it. It begins in Genesis. You read a couple of chapters a week. You discuss it. It is a great long-term, and we know that many new believers, it's hard for them to start off with the 52-week course unless they're in with a group. So I think taking new believers together in a group, maybe start in January or December or even in the spring, and then have a graduation at the end of the 52 weeks for those that have accomplished this. But it's a great resource that really talks to them not about the facts of the Bible, but learning the characteristic and the love that Christ and the Father has for His people. And it's learning really the characteristic of Christ. Now, this, if you don't get the Bible, you can still get the Bible study. And it will companion with any Bible, of course, and it has the Bible readings. This is Foundations, a 260-day Bible reading plan for busy believers. and I think we're all busy believers. Comes in the adult and the teen, and there's also a children's edition, and it shows each week what the Bible reading verses are, and then discussion. There you will find a little bit more in-depth understanding about really the characteristic of Christ, and it goes from Genesis to Revelation, straight through the Bible. I hope these are two resources that you might want to check out. You can find them on Amazon, but if you would like, I'm going to be giving them away at the C3 conference in June, formerly known as Camp Meeting, and we'd love to see you and your leadership core there with us. We're going to be giving these and a lot more resources we're going to be bringing to you in the next month. So we love to see you there. And if you have any questions, call me at the Sunshine Network Ministry office. I'll see you. God bless you. Bye-bye.